welcome to Bougie Black Therapist Podcast. I'm your host, Montoyia McGowan, and this is where we talk about all things private practice. We give clinicians the permission to be themselves authentically and the tools that they need to cultivate how they want to be and the kind of clients that they want to attract. And today we have somebody who is not a therapist, but she's definitely one of my goodest, closest friends. And she's one of the smartest people I know. Introduce yourself.
Well, hello, everyone. Hello, I am Simone the Mastermind, your #1 business development strategist. But what I do is work with entrepreneurs who are in their scaling phase and want to see ways to make more money, work less, and regain their freedom as an entrepreneur. And drink martinis.
Yes. So, Simone does not tell people this often. Right. And
What I'll tell them.
but she is a published author.
Oh, yes.
And that's how we became friends. Somebody recommended her book, or maybe I saw you in a group on Facebook or something. You were talking about the book, and I ordered the book, and it
became like a book group.
still is one of my favorite, most descriptive books, where when I read your book, it felt like I could hear some of the sounds. That's how vivid and graphic it was.
It was colorful.
It was very colorful, and I enjoyed it. And when I got to the end, I was like, I felt like I had been dropped off of a cliff.
Yeah.
So
I remember that feeling.
we forced you to write
A part 2.
part 2.
I was bullied into writing a part 2.
We did. We bullied you into writing a part 2. And we was like, okay, I feel better now. Part 2 was definitely good. And I felt more coddled after
felt
that.
more taken care of.
And so I think that year that I met you, one of my New Year's resolutions was to do a better job at gathering with people I cared about. So I coordinated a book club.
It was the greatest day ever. Oh, my God.
And
For little old me.
yeah, so we talked about the book. Is that a tear or is it
was.
sinuses?
Allergies, onions over there.
Okay.
Might want to put those up.
And I think we became like
we were inseparable after that.
Bestest friends after that. And our friendship has been like up and down. And I'm grateful for that because
it persevered.
It has allowed me to grow as a friend.
Same here. Likewise, most definitely.
Yeah.
Try not to look at them.
So one of the things that I learned about you is that you are a mastermind at so many things. You have so many talents. How did you get to be the person that knows how to do a lot of stuff?
I was nosy. That was the foundation of it all. Being nosy and asking questions even when people don't feel like answering them. And then even if you don't answer, I still need to go do some more research anyway. But literally, I can do everything from change oil on a car to work equation in chemistry because I ask questions.
How many degrees do you have?
Just one. Chemistry.
No. You have some more degrees.
Oh, we can talk about that. Well, I got a doctorate, 4 masters, 5 bachelors, and 2 associates.
From helping other people with their
over the course of 14 years. And let me say, the doctorate program was the easiest, actually.
Wow.
Yeah. I ain't telling no names. I'm not telling no names.
But you're retired from helping other people with their.
I got fired.
It's
on my day off.
So how did you get to the point of where you finally settled into this is what I like, this is what I'm good at?
Well, when I was in corporate, I did work for an organization that kind of undermined women in management. And it was like, it was only so far up that they were going to promote me. So with the last little situation, I was extremely insulted with a 50-cent raise. And at that point, I told them where to put it. Okay.
Where to put the 50 cent?
Yes.
Okay.
And it was not in my bank account.
Okay.
And so I resigned in April of 2014, and I did not have plans to do that. So I just started trying to sell some of anything. I was trying to sell hair, lipsticks, clothes. I thought I could be a boutique owner. All of that stuff went up and down, up and down. I'm like, you know what? None of this is like me at all. But one thing I did do, I was like, you know what? Let's just pause, and let's see, what are you doing in everything that you've ever tried? Like, where's the common denominator? And for me, I found the common denominator was helping other people. Like, I enjoy enlightening and educating and helping other people. And that is when I was like, you know what? I'm going to take these corporate skills to pay some entrepreneurial bills. And that's when I established my consulting firm.
Yeah. Did you know any entrepreneurs before you became one?
Only one. And that one was actually the one that kind of pushed me out of the corporate door. Like, helped me, like, go on and get out there and do your thing. You'll be just fine, So, one at the time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's one of the biggest challenges that you have had to face trying to find your niche?
My biggest challenge was feeling like because I know so much and how to do so much, I'm like, I can help everybody. Like, as long as you want to start a business or need help in your business, I can help you. But in the midst of trying to help everybody, I made no money. So I'm like, that doesn't make sense. But that was like my challenge, because it got to the point of like, okay, you can't focus on trying to help everybody. Who do you want to help? Like, who do you want your client to be, and build your business around that?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one of the things that I talk to people about as a therapist when they come to see me is the difference between an introvert and an extrovert.
Yes.
People assume that extroverts are actually shy people, or people who are socially awkward and or have social anxiety, and that's not true.
Correct.
So for introverts and extroverts, if you think of your energy as a battery, a rechargeable battery, your energy, if you're an introvert, is recharged when you don't have to give of yourself to other people, when you don't have to share your energy with other people. And you recharge from serenity, you recharge from being alone, or from, like, we can be in the same room, but we don't have to conversate.
Each other. Oh my God, yes.
We don't have to talk. We don't have to entertain each other. That's how introverts recharge.
Yes.
Extroverts recharge from being around other people. They recharge from other people's energy.
Yes.
And neither of them are wrong. It's just that when you know which one is you, you can help people better learn how to be in relationship with you.
Yes, this is so true.
Which is extremely important if you are an entrepreneur.
Absolutely. Absolutely. A lot of people think that, because I act a fool on social media, and
they think I
have my martinis and I'm always out, that they think I'm this extroverted social butterfly. And I'm like,
she's an introvert.
When I get back in the car, my wig is already off. I'm tired. Like, the battery just go phew, So, yeah, I'm an introvert. And it is a struggle as an entrepreneur, especially when you have a business that requires you to connect and socialize with other humans. That's what we call them. And but I will say, though, my sense of being introverted has led me to learn and educate myself on ways to still run a business without draining my battery.
Yeah.
And that is literally the power tool of my business now. Teaching people, like, you still can run your business without sitting on the phone all day, without sitting in people's face all day. And that helps when you have people like me. Introverted people like me.
Right. I've had people who say that they feel like they should respond to everything all the time because they don't want to miss the money.
Right.
Or they feel like they should be on call for their clients just in case they need them. But if you're an introvert, you're not going to enjoy it. Or not really just being an introvert, but you're trying to learn how to manage your life because you're a parent, you are a significant other. You may have 2 jobs, you may have other stuff going on, and you have to know what works best for you so that you can teach other people how to engage with you. What is one of the things that you despise when you see on social media from entrepreneurs about how to do their business?
That is a toughie. Let's see here. One thing I despise about people,
like, you see somebody make a post and you think to yourself, she should not have done that.
Okay. Yes. One thing I kind of hate is when entrepreneurs will share screenshots of communications with clients that they probably didn't mesh with. And it kind of backfires twice because, one, now you're showing people, one, that you do that, and 2, sometimes these entrepreneurs be sharing screenshots and be wrong, but they got their friends, yeah, girl, you're right, girl, you told her, girl, and, you know, and I be like, so now you're double dumb, you know. So that is what bothers me. Like, let's not do that. Like, I understand we get frustrated with clients, which is why it is important to make sure you have your certain audience. Like, when you really take the time to build your audience, you don't even deal with stuff like that. So I hate seeing that because it lets me know you don't know your target audience, you don't know how to talk to people, you care more about bashing than helping, and you're surrounded by yes girls who are not going to tell you that you're wrong. And then I get on it. Well, you know, I go to Facebook jail. I've learned to fall back on the telling people how to do stuff.
Prison inmate on Facebook.
Repeated felon. My God. So I just scroll on by now when I see it. I just scroll on by. Yeah, my next bid is going to be 80 days. Like, it's that bad.
So you like on probation?
I'm up here like, I'm just going to not comment on that today. I'm just going to scroll because I see a big warning sign every time I log in.
Yeah, because when you do stuff like that, it's really a reflection of you.
Yes.
It's not a reflection of the person that is in your inbox.
With. Yes.
It's a reflection of how you respond to them, what your intent is for that. Because I know guys are shy, or not shy. Guys are anxious about shooting their shot because women do that. But it's a reflection of the person. And if it's an opportunity for you to teach somebody how to do business with you, so that those things happen, but you really don't need validation.
It's really not necessary at all.
People that I've seen do that, I actually have, like, I don't really care to do business with them.
I unfollow, unfriend, and you most definitely can't hit up my inbox to ask for something because I'm going to check to see if I unfollowed you first. But, yeah, I don't like that at all. Don't like to be associated with people that do that because it's not cool.
Yeah.
It's not cool.
What's one of the common issues that you see we as entrepreneurs struggle with?
Price point strategy. So many entrepreneurs focus on being affordable. And I come from this place, so I'm able to, like, really get on people about it. But in the mind of an entrepreneur, it's like, if I keep my services and my products affordable, everybody's going to come shop with me. And when that everybody don't, and you don't pay your bills that month, it kind of hurt. And then when they do come to you, they come with, like, a 20-page text message on how you better not burn them and you better take care of their stuff, and they might message you in the middle of the night and you better answer. And if you treat them right, they're going to tell your friends. But, like, you got too many rules for only been spending $57 with me, ma'am. You know? So that is a struggle simply because you cannot scale your business being or focusing on being affordable. Everyone wants to make, 6-7 figures, but you're still trying to push this $30 product 100 times a month type thing. You can't do that. Price point, charge, and I don't even believe in the whole charge what you're worth. I hate when people say that.
Why?
Oh my God. You still got that wine? Okay. I don't like when people, like, even when you have these business gurus with these huge followings, they be like, charge what you're worth, honey. And folks be like, yes, eat that up, sis. No, because a lot of people don't know what they're worth. So if you're telling somebody to charge what they're worth and they're undermining themselves, it's going to reflect in their business. They probably could be charging $500 for this service, but they're going to charge $197 because they're still afraid that they're going to lose somebody. No, you're going to gain. And this comes from someone who I used to charge $250 to start a business. Okay? $250. I set up your business and be in your emails helping you. Okay? I got a coach. He said, what all do you do for $250?
You mean you invested in a coach?
Yes, I'm sorry. Invested in a coach. Okay. Look, is this thing on? But, and he was like, what all do you do? And I was like, this is this. And he was like, and you charge how much? I was like, $250. He was like, why? I was like, well, if I keep it affordable, people will come. He was like, okay. Well, how many people have you gotten this month? I wanted to, fuss, but I had
why?
Like, you in my business, but none. And literally, it was zero. So, he was like, I want you to charge $2,500. I was like, I censored it. Okay. I said, ain't nobody paid $250, but somebody finna pay $2,500. And that was just my mindset of a limited belief of thinking if I stay affordable. I can assure you, I went from $250 straight to $2,500. And I've had more $2,500s than $250s. And it blew my mind because I'm like, people were not paying me $250, but it's people out here paying $2,500. But that's how it goes.
How did you mentally bridge the gap between those two?
I went to a meeting one day, and that was my first time presenting it. I was like, this is what y'all need. This is how much it's going to cost. This is how much I'm going to charge. And they were like, okay. I'm like, but Lil Shirley from 2 weeks ago sent me a 3-page email because she was finna spend $249 and she wanted to make sure I did her right. And all they said was okay. I literally went to the car and cried. And after that, I was like, can't tell me anything.
Right.
Sorry. But that's what's the common struggle price point.
So I'm going to ask you a therapy question. When you went to the car and cried, what were your tears saying?
Like, oh my God, you just made $2,500 and you didn't even have to beg nobody. That was the voice in my head when I cried. Did y'all hear how sad it was?
It was so sad. I felt it.
But yes, that's what it was like, oh my God. And then it literally gives you, like, more confidence. Like, I stepped in there trying to look a certain kind of way and act a certain way. But when you can actually feel and look that way, it's like a snowball effect now.
Yeah.
Like, I'm stepping in the room, and it's nothing for me to I charge. Before you even tell me what you need, I'm just letting you know what I charge. All right. But it took me to mindset shift and have someone on me about price point.
Because that's how you do me.
Yes. Don't be telling people that. Be nice.
She not. She ain't.
They call me Sergeant Moan on Twitter,
Yeah.
Follow me on Twitter. I ain't got no followers. But help me, please.
But followers do not equal
conversions of cash.
Followers don't always mean money. Just because you have a lot of followers does not mean that you're bringing in the books.
And if you have 10,000 followers and can't even get 20 likes on your page, we know you about them and we know you're not making no money.
And
the money you spent on buying them followers, you could have bought a coach.
Oh.
Burn. Was that too tough? Okay.
Yeah. What do you see? What do you think when you see coaches who do have the confidence or sometimes audacity to charge a certain fee and they don't offer half of the things that you have to offer, and they also don't have like proof that this works?
What I was actually talking about in a group recently, a lot of like coaches, strategists, consultants, a lot of them sell lifestyles. Mm-hmm. Like a lot of them sell the rental cars and the quick trip to the airplane so you can get this, or even the Photoshop joints. Like people sell lifestyles because they know that their following will eat that up. Mm-hmm. And when you spend your money with them, you come to realize you really didn't get anything because you're chasing the lifestyle. Like, no, I don't care about your pictures of little foo-foo or the fact that you was in Bora Bora on your laptop. Show me where you can help me. Mm-hmm. Show me where you can apply some strategy and take me from point A to point B. That's the stuff. I don't even care about bank account screenshots.
No.
Because you can get them made on Fiverr for $15.
Oh, for real?
But, yes.
Wow, okay.
So, I don't even care about them, but show me where you
catfish some people.
Let me see how many $15 I got. But literally, like, that's how it is. And so it makes it harder for coaches like me who actually can help.
Right.
But I don't have a big following. I'm not finna take my big booty picture in front of a Rolls Royce, but I promise you in the next 3 to 6 months you finna make some money because I'm finna show you how. Mm-hmm. But, you know, people pick and choose according to what they see. And that's why they still ain't making no monies.
Because you're the product and you are providing the things that they need and you're empowering them to do it themselves.
Yes. And that do it yourself is the struggle. As far as like, I was talking to a social media strategist. She was like, she charges like $700 a month for a subscription. She was like, what is it with these people that think, you know, you hire me as a strategist, but you expect me to make your post the post, talk to your people, browse your news feed and like other people's stuff. Like, no, you hired for a service, not somebody on staff. Like, it's a difference. There are things that you still have to do as the client to produce the results that you want, you know, for your business. Yeah, but like, that's what people are doing now. You will buy a service, but that's all you're buying, the service, not the person, you know. But you can't tell them that. Because
no, you can't tell me that either, because if I pay you $700 a month and I still got to do some work.
But see, look at what you're paying for. Like, the service was like $700 a month, and you'll get like 3 posts a day. Sponsored ad budget is included in it. Oh. But it doesn't include like the strategist going back and saying thank you for sharing, or oh my God, girl, what do you think today? No, you have to do the engagement part. You're paying for the stuff to be created.
Oh, well, okay, I can understand that.
Yeah. And that's normally, but a lot of people are misconstrued on how that works. But typically, it's like you're paying for a service, but you're not paying for the person.
Got it.
To do all the extra
stuff. That makes sense.
Yeah.
And when you explain that to people and help them understand, then you don't have to complain about it as much because people know what to expect when they come to you.
You would think that. That sounds amazing in a perfect world, huh?
I used to have on my business card, I think it's still on there, that you get a free 15-minute consultation with me. But I saw this guy on a podcast, and he said the more content you put out there of yourself, the more conversations, the more you let people get to know you as a person and you as a professional, the less you have to have those conversations.
Agree.
And your phone actually rings less because when people are calling, they already know they want you. Mm-hmm. So you're not having to filter through stuff because they've already done their research and they do want you and whatever your fee is, they're already ready to pay.
I agree with that strongly.
So in the therapy world, there are some people who feel as if you should not lead with your price. And at first it felt uncomfortable to me because I felt like when a person calls me, I can have a conversation with them, ask them what they are looking for, tell them what I have to offer. And sometimes they share a little bit of their story, and then I would tell them my prices. But after I got a coach, then I learned that lead with your prices because it cuts down on a lot of conversation.
That crap. Yes.
Because people really, I mean, when I call somebody, I pretty much just want to know how much first.
Period.
How much?
Poo. Period poo.
Period poo.
Did you get me catching a period poo? Okay.
How much first?
Right.
And then that will let me know if I need to tell you about what it is I'm trying to work on. I can tell you my story. I can tell you whatever else. But it just cuts down on conversation. And also, put it on your website. Put it out there so people can
don't
see.
have to.
It's so frustrating for me when somebody says inbox me or DM me for prices.
Woo!
I just keep scrolling.
It's so stressful.
And I've seen people say, well, it's different prices for different stuff, so I have to cater it to different people. Automatically in my mind, I'm thinking you're probably the beautician who is trying to read me to decide on what you want me to pay and what bills you got to do this month. So,
and that's exactly, I agree.
I'm not going to DM you for prices. I'll just keep going.
And boom, you left money on the table because you ain't got it on your website. Yes.
Tell me how much so I can know whether or not we are going to waste each other's time.
I got a question for you.
Go ahead.
With your free 15-minute consultation, were people like, not being funny, but were people like pouring their hearts out in hopes that you'd offer them a discount when they got done? Like, did you ever get that type feeling from potential clients?
When I was new and my codependency was thick and I wanted to help everybody and I wasn't sure who my target audience was, I was still trying to find my way. And yes, some people did. I think I heard a rumor where somebody was like, I don't F with her because I asked her if she wanted to do a package with me and she was like, no.
You got rejected and you're saying you don't F with somebody because you got rejected. Girl, sit down.
Because I wouldn't adjust my prices to accommodate them. So now I'm a bad person.
That'd be the part that tickles me. Baby.
Yeah, but I had to get comfortable and confident with my prices. And we've had this conversation several times before. I still struggle with it sometimes, but just deciding on what my price is, pause, resist the urge to say, but if you can't afford that, I can offer you this. I was in I think it was like a therapist group or Black social work group or something. And somebody had texted me and they were asking me about my prices. And I told them it was $150 a session. Oh, that's too much. What can I get for like $80? And I said, well, my...
I get the messages every day, so that's why I just be so tickled.
And so I was like, well, my price is $150, but if you're not able to afford that, I can give you a referral to some other people who may be more affordable who are just as good. And they said, no, I want to see you. What if I come and see you twice? Would you be able to give me a discount at this price? And I said, I don't have any discounts available. So they said, okay, well, let me just tell you a little bit about what I got going on. And I said,
ma'am,
would you like to make an appointment? And I knew from whoever this was not to get on the phone with them because they were going to pour their heart out. And I probably was either going to be rude or sound rude. I wasn't going to be rude, sound rude, because I'm just like, hey, let me make an appointment for you to come in and we can talk about this when you come in for your session. You was going to cut them off
mid-cry and they was going to hit you with the, what you mean is $150? I just told you my whole life.
So I posted like a snippet of that conversation in the group. And I was telling them, once you get comfortable with what your fees are, stick to that unless you have decided that you have a certain number of people every month that you're going to accept at a different rate. If that's how you choose to give back. They slaughtered me. I left the group because they ate me up. They was like, you was wrong for that. You could have figured out how you could have solved them.
You could have figured out how you could have solved. Baby, you should have added me. I would have put LCSW at the end of my name so I could have got in that group, baby. I would have bit everybody back. Simply because
And it made me, at first I was angry, and then it made me sad because I'm thinking, so you all are actually buying into that helpers and first responders, counselors, therapists, entrepreneurs should be poor to give back to the community. So we can be poor living next door to each other.
And then so people can say, well, her business is not growing. Like, people love to shame when a business is not growing. Well, people aren't paying when you keep doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh, babe, I would have.
So I had to learn how to put in check my desire to help and rescue, to be firm with what I need and what I offer, and not feel sad that I just don't have it available. I don't. That doesn't mean that I don't do it for some people. It's just that I can't do it for everybody.
It's at your discretion. Like, I used to struggle with that. And, but I can honestly say when you have to, when it got to the point where I had to decide, you know, is my child going to have some Pampers this week, or am I going to have some gas today? I had to stop trying to discount this or see how I'm going to work out that, because I don't want to, if helping you is going to make me struggle, I don't even want to help you.
And it should be like that in other areas of life as well.
Absolutely.
I talk to people about that. I tell them to imagine that your energy is a cup. Your finances is a cup. Everything for you is a cup. You're only supposed to give from the overflow. If you don't have any overflow, you don't give.
I like that.
Because when you start to give from the inside, and then you got like a little corner of coffee and then like 2 gnats down there in the bottom, that's when you're at burnout level and you mad and pissed off at everybody because you done gave and you don't have anything else to give.
And then the ones you gave to looking in your cup at like, dang, you ain't got nothing in your cup.
Yeah.
Dang.
You doing too much.
Your cup empty.
While they drinking from their cup.
Right.
That you help them feel.
Exactly.
And we're upset at them, but it's because we didn't create boundaries.
Right.
We didn't create systems.
Yes.
We didn't stick to what we need so that we can give from our extra. And entrepreneurs deal with that a lot, which is why it's helpful to have somebody like you on their team. And like when I used you, did I ask you for a discount?
No, but I literally, on my way here, I made a post. I said, everybody wants to be friends with a business coach, you know, because they know business, until they see that my friends get invoices too. Oh, no, we don't get now, of course, I offer information at my discretion, but none of my friends can call me. I'm not calling them, you know, but because I've noticed the influx of people trying to, you know, be buddy. And I'm like, if y'all talk to the friends I got, y'all gonna see they still pay too now. So what you trying to do ain't gonna work. It's not gonna work.
And the friends that you have, I don't know about your other friends, but for me, I want to pay you what you asked me for.
Yes.
I want to pay you what you are charging because I want to get what you are offering.
Yes.
And I don't want it to be based on friendship. I want it to be based off of business.
Yes, please. You're so kind. And people most of the time be so focused on getting a deal or a discount that they fail to realize how that can sometimes change the experience. Like, you know, you see the experience of this client, but you don't even want to pay what they paid. No, it's going to be different. People tend to care less, you know, or just don't like, no, it's just not worth it. Pay whatever somebody's charging, separate the personal and business, and everybody's happy.
Yeah.
Period, poo.
We get money.
Like it's our birthday.
Do it like it's your B-Day.
Baby. Okay, stop playing. Stop playing. Stop playing.
Okay, put your professional face on. Okay, so what I was gonna say? Yeah, I already asked you about the price point. What systems have you found that people have not put in place?
A lot of people don't have a website, and even at the bare minimum, having a website will save entrepreneurs a lot of time as far as gaining information from clients, listing prices, answering questions. Like a lot of times the frustrations that entrepreneurs have with clients or them filling up their inboxes because you haven't made that information available elsewhere. So what was the question again?
Systems that you found that people
systems, yes,
don't have in place.
So a lot of people feel like you become out of touch with your clients when you have systems in place, but that's really not the case. You actually put your business in a position to scale. And so one thing I always ask is, I ask entrepreneurs, with the way that you're running your business right now, could you handle 100 new clients a month? Like, honestly, don't be prideful, because this was the question that I was asked to make me shift mine. So at the time I was like, yeah. But I also was answering from a place of pride.
Right.
But when he really broke it down, like, okay, well, I'm going to send you 100 new leads a month. And I was like, So like 100, or is it like 100 and like another, like
a fake 100?
Right. And so that is when you realize, like, maybe I need to switch it up, or maybe I need to do something different. Maybe I need to put something in place to help me. Like, if you don't want everybody in your inbox, get a website. If you know you need to get some information from somebody before you give them a price, give them a place to request a quote without you having to stop what you're doing, talk on the phone with them, send emails back and forth. You cannot grow by constantly being so hands-on in your business. Put these systems in place, and the perfect place to start is with, at the bare minimum, a website. Yes.
And then if your friends know that, and I say, ooh, Simone would definitely be able to help you with that, I can give them your website versus calling you.
Let me call her. Let me text her. Yeah.
I can give them your website, and because now I know how people can get in touch with you, and teaching everybody else how to do business with you. I was in a group and somebody asked for advice for new entrepreneurs, and one that stuck out to me most that I hadn't ever really considered before was the lady said, shoot your shot and shoot it often. What do you think about that?
I think I could see that. Being an entrepreneur, it requires some risk taking. And I feel like most of the successful entrepreneurs are the ones that take the most risk. Whether you feel like you succeeded or failed, it was an experience that you needed so that you can apply whatever strategy or whatever instance that was at a better angle, whether that be following up on a lead, whether it be initiating a conversation with somebody that might be interested. But when you sit back and just expect customers to fall in your lap because you're too afraid to do anything different, to go out there and get it, that's when you fall short. So I can see the whole shoot your shot and shooting it often is like a perfect way to maneuver in business. Yes. Period.
Cool. Chelsea has a question.
Hey, so y'all are making me giggle. Okay, so along with that, what advice would you have to give young new entrepreneurs?
Young new entrepreneurs, what I will say is when we're younger, we're kind of cliquish. I'm looking at you. Okay. When we're younger, we're kind of cliquish sometimes when we're older. But when you have an idea set for entrepreneurship, it is very important that you get like a mentor or someone outside of your age range that has a little more experience in entrepreneurship to be able to guide you. Oftentimes, because I've only had maybe 1 or 2 young clients, and they fell short because they clicked up with their friends. Our friends, so we're kind of supportive of each other, but they were also like the yes crew. And young entrepreneurs don't understand how that's not going to help you. You don't want to be surrounded by a whole bunch of girlfriends, guy friends, whatever. They're just going to agree with everything you do, because sometimes you're going to be wrong. So the sooner that you can get someone that can guide you, someone preferably experienced in entrepreneurship, older than you, but it's best when you start off with some type of mentorship, coaching to get you to the next level, even as a young boss. I had a client who early 20s, but she got into real estate, and she invested in this, like a real estate coach. And she's not even 30 yet and has over 98 properties, because she broke away from her friend crew and left that as a social thing, but, took the steps to get somebody that can help her and guide her in that industry.
Wow.
And and like one thing she said was, I love my friends, we still hang, but I had to learn to separate, my friend crew from business, because all my friends were they're cheering me on, but I need insight. Right. I need help, So get a coach or a mentor as a young entrepreneur. Did that rhyme?
Or a therapist.
And a therapist, too.
And a therapist.
Period.
Yeah. Most of my clients are entrepreneurs or people who are excelling in their careers. And I'm always amazed and honored when somebody in their 20s come to see me. Because I think to myself, if I was in my 20s and I had somebody like me, or I went to go see a therapist, I wonder how much more insight would I have to life. And you have the wisdom and the desire to invest in yourself at this age. I can only imagine what your life is going to look like 10 years from now.
20 years from now. And I will say, like, especially for the entrepreneurs or like full-time entrepreneurs, having a therapist is very important, because there are so many stigmas, not only just in mental health, but mental health as an entrepreneur. Like, an example, if you're
always in a state of anxiety about something. Huh? You're always in a state of anxiety about something.
Oh, I was like, wait, what? I thought I missed something. But yes.
No, like not you.
Yeah,
but
that's what I was, oh my God, what?
You thought I saw you.
Yes. I felt seen. But literally, like, so many people are afraid to be an entrepreneur and struggle with depression, or be an entrepreneur and need medication. And I can honestly say, like, I struggle with mental health. In 2018, I was diagnosed with PTSD and manic depression. And because I'm so sociable and funny, people they think they know what depression looks like.
Right.
And then when you're an entrepreneur, you're not allowed to be, quote unquote, depressed or down, because it might interfere with your workflow.
Right.
And so, of course, as the entrepreneur, you don't want that. But sometimes it's like this cycle, like, I'm either going to disappoint myself or disappoint somebody else. It is so important to have a therapist as an entrepreneur. Period. But it's important to have a therapist as an entrepreneur, because it becomes overwhelming. And it's okay to be transparent about it, simply because people feel like you can't succeed as an entrepreneur if you struggle with mental health, and that's not the case.
I actually don't know anybody who doesn't struggle with mental health.
People swear they don't, and I'm like,
the people who I've talked to are like, oh, I don't have any issues, and 30 minutes later, I'm like, I heard 3 things, but okay.
Red flag. Like, all right.
So there's a question that came up when you were talking about friends and business. And I have learned this as a entrepreneur, especially as a full-time. I struggled with it mostly when I was working full-time and working my job in the evenings for myself. I had to learn how to include time for friends. But I also had to help my friends understand that I can't do spontaneous spur of the moment stuff as much as I would like to or as much as I used to because I have like the next 3 weeks of my life mapped out. So I had to learn how to include free days. I had to learn how to include free weeks during the summer. And then even during the holidays, I would take off for 2 or 3 weeks so I could spend time with family. But I did lose some friends because they felt like I changed or I was different because I wasn't available.
That's that sense of entitlement. Like for me, I require low maintenance friendships simply because I know that right now there are some things I'm working on, some things I want to do, and I might not be able to hang with you like every time you hit me up, or might not be able to text you back as quick as you'd like. But if something's wrong, I'm pulling up. You know, if you need me, I'm there, but I might not be in that social mood, and that's okay. And I require friends that I just love our relationship. Can I go on the record and say, Ramon, I think we've canceled 17 times in 2 weeks, but we still going strong. But that's okay. Like, neither one of us feels attacked.
Right.
We don't feel like we losing friends or the other person hang with somebody. No, it's strictly, woo, I'm glad she canceled before I did because I didn't want to send a text message first. But it's okay.
And sometimes we decide, like, nobody's going to cancel today.
Yes.
We're going to show up.
Yeah, it's like for real, no cap.
Yeah. And then we do it.
I just wanted to say I agree with that because that's also what I'm struggling with as well. With working a full-time job, being young and sociable, and instead of planning every event, I'm more so spontaneous with hanging out.
Now, I will say I am spontaneous too with hanging out because I struggle with plans. Like, I feel like I do too much, and if you set a plan too far out, something
gives
may
me too
happen.
much time to think.
Yes, in between then. And then, you know, and I had friends who felt some kind of way, like, you know, oh, you're hanging out with this person, though, or you're hanging out. No, I was en route, and they hit me up, and I said, you can go.
Exactly.
But it was never planned, because the plans get canceled.
And that's me. And I feel so bad, and I feel like now I'm retreating more inside of myself with wanting to be alone and focus on what I have going on instead of including everybody else, because not everybody, especially younger people, they can't understand it. And I get tired of repeating that to them.
Period.
Yeah, and it's draining. And I'm an introvert as well, and working a full-time job. I'm socializing with people 12 hours a day. I just can't.
I want to chill out.
Right.
And the friends that understand are the ones that are still there.
Yep.
And the ones that are not, I hope they're gone.
Yeah.
If they're not, they will be.
Yeah.
Because guess what?
Yeah.
Period.
I need low maintenance friends too, but I do need friends.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, I do.
But
need
it's
friends.
like, you know, as long as your friends don't make you feel bad for it. Like, I'm like, my friends know I don't answer the phone. But if you text me, I'm going to text right back. I'm going to pull up. But I don't like talking on the phone, and you can't make me talk on the phone. And if you're the type of person that will make me feel bad for knowing that I'm this type of friend, I'm going to have to leave you on the wayside. You know, it got to the point where as I got better with as I got better with my professional boundaries, it helped me in my personal boundaries.
Yeah.
And when I tell you I sleep so good with that wig on the other side of the bed because I ain't worried about who mad at me or who got mad at me today. Simply, I mean, that's literally, that's what it takes.
Yeah.
I'm here, but I'm just not going to talk on the phone. And I'm here, and I might not hang out all the time, but I promise you, you still got a good friend, and you still can hit me up if something is wrong, or you want to share a celebration. I'm just not always available to hang. Like, some of us are trying to make some stuff happen right now, you know? And that's okay. I'm not finna apologize for wanting to better my life. I'm sorry. Woo, they got a little personal there. I'm not.
Where's my church fan?
You just gonna have to deal with it. Yeah.
Yeah, I struggle with well, I don't struggle with that anymore. But
Yeah.
when I started to learn how to weed through those, when my boundaries became bougie,
Yes, period.
it's a luxury to be a part of my life. I have acquired friends who have that same mentality.
Yes, and that's
so it
important.
doesn't feel like I'm saying I'm better than you. It's just saying I respect you have
understand.
other stuff
Yeah,
going on.
period.
So if I call you today and we don't talk again until next Thursday,
It's literally totally fine.
I'm not gonna post. I called her 17 days ago and I done seen her post
Some
17
friends
times.
can't return calls, but they on Facebook. I hate that line right there. Some folks can't return calls, but they on Facebook. Those are literally.
I don't have to give any energy.
And what I do in my leisure is my freaking leisure. All right.
Just because I'm free don't mean I'm available.
Period. And guess who gonna love that post? And guess who gonna share it? I want you to know that I know.
I thought of another question, but I forgot what it was. So we could be here all day.
This has been like so freaking cool.
Because I
love it.
think that you are definitely an asset. You've been an asset to me in a lot of ways, as a friend and as a business professional.
Thank you.
And it's been magical to see you grow.
Oh yes, it's been a nice little journey.
Cultivate
Love that word.
into being confident with how you are and who you are.
Thank you so
And one of the things
much.
that I like to tell people about is being comfortable with you so that you can attract and repel
Yes.
as soon as possible.
Yes.
The less fake you are, the more who you are, how you are, personal, professional, wherever, you will attract your tribe.
Yes. This is so true.
And attracting your tribe is important to your energy. So you don't have to manage your energy and you don't have to babysit
or
mine.
explain energy. Yes.
We get to
Absolutely.
enjoy each other's company.
Yes.
And then we're like, oh, alrighty. Well,
Oh yeah, got a blast. This is fun. See you in a few
Yeah,
months, and that's
yeah.
totally fine. You know?
right.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, that's so
and
important.
even in business, you know, I'd love to sit here with you all day, but, you know, our hour is up.
Our hour
Let's
is
wrap this
up.
up, and we'll see you the next time. When would you like to
Thank
make another
you.
appointment?
Yes.
And it's okay.
Totally fine.
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Where can the people find you?
Okay, well, this is where y'all can find me. SimoneMastermind.com, because I have a website. Find me on Instagram at Simone_the Mastermind. And on Twitter at SGT, you know, Sergeant, okay, _Moan, MONE, not MON.
Sergeant Moan.
Yes, because people said I'm like a sergeant in the military. But
Definitely.
that's neither here nor there. But yes, those are two places you can find me. And I will be there when you find me.
Yes. You have conversations on Facebook that I enjoy.
I'm reckless.
I have learned how to do my eyebrows right here.
Yay!
Because
That's
of
so
you.
important. Thank you.
And I'm still
I'm
working
still learning
on it.
myself.
Yeah.
I'm still learning
Me too.
myself.
Oh, I remember when you was like, I ain't wearing no makeup.
And look at me now, whole girl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ooh, baby, them members will humble you.
Yeah. And encourage you.
Yeah, that too.
They do.
Except for my eyebrows ones. Those were my humbling memories on Facebook.
Got it.
Yeah.
Well, this is a Bougie Black Therapist podcast where we talk about all things private practice and we give clinicians permission to learn how to be their authentic selves. And this was Simone the Mastermind, my friend, and definitely one of my favorite business people. Right. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You can also find me at stoppingthechase.com. I'm Montoyia McGowan, and we'll see you next time.
Peace.